Surgeon General wants to put a warning label on alcohol, saying it can cause cancer. Scientific evidence is now showing a causal link between alcohol and at least 7 types of cancer, meaning they think it can cause cancer. It isn't just associated with cancer. So we have Dr. Nita Bajor joining us from Oakview Medical Associates, triple board certified doctor. Thank you so much for being here today.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
I think a lot of people might not understand. So how can alcohol actually cause cancer? Like, what does it do in the body?
So alcohol is ethanol, and ethanol is a known carcinogen. It does it in a couple of ways. Number one is it converts to this chemical compound called acetaldehyde, and that actually damages the protein in the cells, and the DNA damage then causes mutations, and also it impairs the ability for the cell to repair itself. So that's one way. Okay. Another thing it does is it impairs the absorption of carcinogens, especially if one is smoking and drinking. Then
double risk.
Yes, it's going to increase the absorption of the carcinogens from tobacco as well. Another thing it does is it causes oxidative stress to the cells. So that causes something called reactive oxygen species. Those are chemical compounds that are released from the cells, and that again causes DNA mutations. And then the most important is alcohol actually increases our estrogen levels.
And so impact our hormones.
Yeah, and so cancers that are linked to hormonal signaling, like breast cancer, definitely we see an increased direct link between alcohol and breast cancer.
So let's talk about the 7 types of cancer that it can cause. As you're mentioning, breast cancer, what are the other ones?
So oral cancers, the laryngeal cancer or mucosal cancer, mouth cancer, esophageal cancer, liver cancer, breast and colorectal cancer. Those are the 7 cancers that it's linked to directly. Yeah.
Kind of scary. All right, and next we want to focus on if you are looking to reduce consumption or looking to completely cut it out, what tips do you have to help people?
Yeah, I think if you, do not have an alcoholism disease in your system, then you're looking at mainly setting a date to quit alcohol, and then creating a plan for that, making sure you use the SMART goals: specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound. So you work on that. And then having a support system, making sure you know your triggers. If you're in an environment where other people are drinking, how are you going to approach that? Having a game plan.
That's a good idea.
Drinking slowly, and then setting dates, days during the week where you just don't drink or reduce the consumption. It's difficult for many to just completely go cold turkey, because it's a very social thing that's done. So I think just being mindful and aware, and definitely not keeping it around you in the home, and having access to it, that does limit, especially in our younger youth. It's important to be careful with that, because these habits are set in very early in life. So if culturally we have been drinking as a form of culture and acceptance, then it's harder for us to. So I think eventually, just as a whole society, if we're more mindful of it, and that will make a big difference in the long run.
Yeah, that's why I like the support, not having it in the house.
Yes.
All good advice to have. All right, well, thank you so much, Dr. Bajor,
You're welcome.
for coming in and giving those tips today.
You're welcome.
All right.